Hey everyone, Mike McClary here with Amazing.com, an amazing selling machine. And I have two special guests here today, Jenna and Travis Ziegler, who are longtime Amazing Selling Machine members who do some incredible things in the community and the world. And so I wanted to bring them in and talk to them about their journey with ASM and with their own charity work as well. So Travis, Jenna, welcome.
Yeah,
thanks for having us.
So first off, you guys are not, online sellers by trade, right?
Right.
It's
Not at all.
No, we're optometrists by trade, and we practiced for about 8 years before we really got into this. We actually practiced for 5 years before we bought Amazing Selling Machine, and then we started doing that and starting two practices at the same time. And then all three of our businesses were taking off, and this one took off the most. So we decided to dedicate full time to this, and sold our two clinics.
Wow. So when did you start your clinics?
In 2015.
Yep.
And then where'd you meet at while working there or before then?
So we met back in just before optometry school. We met at a bar.
So we actually went to rival schools. She went
Yeah.
to Michigan, I went to Ohio State, and I was at Ohio State Optometry School, and she was a senior at Michigan, and we were playing each other. It was number 1 versus number 2, big game, and we just met right before the game. And then she said she's coming to optometry school, and that's how we started dating.
Yeah.
That's awesome. As a fellow Big Tenor, I'm not near the number 1 or number 2, so I'm jealous about that. That's awesome. You guys met that way.
Yeah.
So you were in optometry school, came out, started working at a clinic right away.
Yeah, so we were working at clinics, separate clinics, but for his uncle. And we just decided, Travis got to the point where he's like, I need my own thing, And so we moved across the country, started 2 new optometry practices with just us. And at first, it's a little slow when you start a brand new practice. There's not a lot of patients there. So Travis was getting a little bored and got an email from ASM, which was, the jumping off point for all of this for us.
And when was that? When did you get that email from ASM?
May of 2015.
Okay, so like our 5th version of the course. I believe,
ASM 5,
like that.
Yeah.
Now, were you doing charity work even before you started ASM?
We were, yeah. So we had gone to a couple different countries, Ecuador and Peru, back in optometry school. And that really got us hooked on doing charity work and mission work in general. And then Jamaica came after.
Yeah, it came when we were practicing.
Yeah.
And one of the benefits of working for us is that we take you on a mission trip, 1 mission trip a year. We pay for your flight, your trip, your stay, and everything. And that's why we bought Amazing Selling Machine, is because we wanted to help pay for that and taking all our staff there.
That's not a bad deal. Go to a really awesome place like
You can come work for us if you want.
I'm thinking about it right now. Yeah, free trip out of it. So you said you joined Amazing Selling Machine in order to build your brand and to pay for taking your employees, which is an amazing thing to do. So how did that journey start off for you? You took the course in 2015, and then tell me like the next 2 or 3 months what that was like.
It was a whirlwind. I mean, it took a lot of dedication. We were running these 2 optometry practices from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. So before work, starting at 6 a.m., we would watch the course and do all the modules, and then we would come back, after work, and we would do the same thing. So I think that's how we got through it so quickly. It was just, really making a schedule for ourselves and saying we were going to do it.
Yeah, we just implemented. You just have to. A lot of people will watch a lot of education and not implement anything, but we watch something, implement it. Watch something, and implement it. Because when it's fresh in your brain, you can jump right in and do it, and you can just remember it better. And we just did that for 8 straight weeks, and that's how we got to launch so quickly through ASM. And we were able to go from module 1 to launch within 2 months, and. Wow. It was great. We sold out of our first 100 units because everybody orders just 100 for their first order. And we were out for 2.5 months, but we sold through that 100 in 7 days. And that was kind of that first 2 months. And then we realized this is real. I mean, this is a game changer for us.
Now, did you do anything special for that first launch? Anything crazy or?
2 friends and family bought it, and we literally just followed the course.
That's amazing.
Put up a little advertising. That's
no reviews,
yeah.
just put up some advertising, and it started selling.
So how did you find that first product? Did you come in knowing what you were going to sell, or trying to go through the whole process of figuring that out?
No, I mean, we went through the whole process, and at the time there were no fancy tools to do it. We just had to use our spreadsheets, and we went through kitchen supplies and baby supplies and all of that, and just realized that we didn't know anything about any of that, but we did know about eyes. And so we chose a product that we were really passionate about. And I think that was part of, you know, our success too.
And then what we loved about selling sunglasses is there's a huge barrier to entry in selling sunglasses. And so we knew a lot of sellers would not go through that barrier of entry of getting an FDA certification and vetting factories over in China to make sure they're FDA certified too. And so we wanted to go, that sunglasses came up as a product that was a good opportunity. And we knew that there's a little bit more to sell sunglasses, and we're eye doctors, so we know a little bit more about sunglasses than most. And so that's why we jumped into that opportunity.
That's awesome. And then, so once you found that product, you mentioned you pretty small first initial order?
100 units.
Okay. Definitely testing out.
Sunglasses wrapped in a plastic bag. That was it.
It was easy, yeah.
And then that sold out quickly. So when you saw that first order of 100 sell out, what was going through your mind at that time?
Like I said before, this
How
is real.
is this happening?
This is real. There's something here. You guys are onto something. And we just decided to go all in. We ordered our next 1,000 batch.
Yeah.
And then we pulled in a small investor, a parent. And then we pretty much launched 3 products by the end of the year.
Wow. So 3 products, were they up and live by Christmas time?
By the end of October.
They were, yeah.
So how was your first holiday shopping season?
It was addicting.
Pretty cool. Yeah. You want to do it again?
Sold out of everything, and then learned what Chinese New Year was, and then so it was fantastic. I mean, we didn't expect to do what we did, and once we got the final numbers in, we were like, we just did half of what our practice did in the full year.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, this is real. Let's go all in with this. And so that's when we really started dedicating more time to it.
So you start off with 1 product, went to 3 that first year. How many products do you have right now, approximately?
Yeah, we have about 55, and we're actually narrowing it down to about 25.
Yeah, so we've started to decrease the amount of sunglasses that we sell just because it gets to be a lot. I mean, when you have that many, and a lot of them aren't profitable or not as profitable as what we would like them to be. So we have kind of a number that we say, you know, if it's not this profitability, then
we look
let's
for
look at
100%
getting
ROI.
rid of it.
And so
yeah.
if a product, we give a product a year, and if after a year it doesn't have 100% ROI or higher, then we'll usually kill it. And so we look to return pretty high on all our products. And so we just did an 80-20 rule. 20% of our products were producing 80% of our income. So we're like, why are we stressing over all these other products? So that's why we are dwindling down to almost 25 products.
Yeah, so keep your lifestyle intact. So you're not always stressing about 50 plus products.
Exactly.
So now you've moved on, like you said, beyond sunglasses, right? You really, like, what does your whole brand encompass? What types of products?
So we have sunglasses.
Yeah.
So the brand I love is sunglasses and blue blockers, and we sell an eyeglass cleaner as well. And then we have another brand called Hydrate, which is all dry eye products. And so we picked up on the dry eye space about 2 years ago, and we just started serving the dry eye space without any products first, just providing videos, just providing our knowledge, and just teaching people how to cure their dry eye naturally without the use of medications, without the use of anything. And they brought us the products. They told us, this is what we want next. And what do you think of this product? And then we just thought we should come out with our own. And that kind of came at a conference we were at, and there's a doctor on stage, and he was selling other people's products, and then somebody challenged him to sell his own brand of all those products because he's the expert. So that's when we transitioned into the dry eye products in the dry eye space.
So what was it like taking a look at your office, seeing what you were selling, and what did you
Exactly.
realize from all those products you were selling?
Yeah, so we looked at our shelf and we sold, you know, all different types of eye supplements and eye masks for dry eye and sprays for dry eye and things like that, and they were all other people's products. And it's like, why can't those be our products and our brand? And so that's what we did. We started with one of those that we thought would be the best to start with, and we made it ours. And then we did the next one and made it ours. And so I think, I mean, that worked really well. We started selling it in our clinic and, you know, online. And that's...
Yeah, it was nice that we were able to take the sunglasses company and use the profits from that to start the dry eye company, and it really helped accelerate that really fast. So we didn't take a payment out of this business. We actually set a date, and I still remember this. We had a countdown on our mirror. It was we weren't allowed to take any money out for, I think it was 30 months. And this was just because we were still running our clinics, so we were getting paid from there. And so we literally had a 30-month countdown on our mirror, and every month, the first of the month, we'd cross out another date, and that helped us accelerate our sunglass company. And then in turn, it helped accelerate the dry eye company, because the longer you can wait to take any money out, the faster you're going to accelerate. And I remember learning at the last Amazing event, every dollar you keep in your business is $4 when you sell it.
Yeah, that's great advice for anyone watching here. That if you can do it, you don't have to. I mean,
Yeah.
some people can take out money sooner, but if you want to really grow this into something big, that's a
Yeah.
great plan. So, some people might say the dry eye space is pretty niche, and you can't find enough people on Amazon to buy. Has that been the case for you guys?
Absolutely not. So there are 30 million people in the United States, is that right?
Yeah.
That suffer from dry eye. So that's 30 million people that you could potentially get on Amazon buying your products. And we have, 15,000 of them in a Facebook group or a Facebook page, and then over 5,000 of them in a Facebook group. And so, there's a need out there. And what is the biggest thing that I want to stress is it's a pain point. So if you find a product that addresses a pain point like dry eye is something that, people silently suffer with because people don't understand it. So if you can find a product that really addresses a pain point, then, you'll have a lot of success.
They silently suffer until they learn what we do.
They do.
Yeah.
And then it all comes out.
Yeah.
That's so. Clearly, you guys have done an amazing job of growing this brand, in multiple spaces. You must be doing a couple things right. So, what have you found to be the biggest reasons for your product success? Listing optimization, traffic. What do you think's been your main focus or reason for that?
I would say that number one, we followed the ASM course to a T. A lot of people steer off ship and go after shiny objects, but you invested in something like the Amazing course and the Amazing community. Use that and use that only. Focus on it and master it. And a lot of people just try to master different things, and we tried to master Amazon. That's 100%. I was obsessed with Amazon PPC, and I still am. And so that was kind of my thing for a while. And we actually just hired somebody recently to take that over from me because it took up so much time. And so now I'm free to do other things, and she's doing a great job. She actually she's doing a better job than I did.
Yeah.
And so we learned to master Amazon, and product optimization was big, or listing optimization, sorry. Photos was another big one. But PPC has been the biggest thing for us. And so focusing on PPC and really how to optimize that to the max is what's been huge for us.
Great. And you mentioned photos. So have you guys, do you do your own photos? Do you hire people? What have you done for that?
We've done a combination of both.
Yeah.
So we started out and we just used ourselves and our family members, and my brother and his girlfriend are models, and so they helped us out, and we were taking pictures at Thanksgiving one year, and those are still, we split test pictures with, models that we've hired, and they still do better than those pictures.
And that's the key thing too, is split testing. We just do so much split testing, which is very simple, just comparing photo A to photo B and see which one wins, and then we keep the winner up, and we just do that all the time on all our listings.
That's amazing. And so, you mind me asking, last year, about how much did you guys do in revenue?
We did about 2.4 million last year.
That's incredible. And this year, the same thing? Or?
Should be about 4 million.
That's pretty amazing. That's awesome. So what do you guys see for the Ziegler Family 3 now with the baby in the years to come? You want to keep doing this, or something else in your plans?
It's tough because, I think we were just talking about this yesterday. Part of us wants to, this is what we do. We do eyes, and we know eyes the best.
And this is our company.
This is our company. We built it from the ground up, and I can't imagine selling it, but I think at some point we will.
And we always say that this could be our Nike. This could be, and no, we don't think we could get as big as Nike just because the dry eye space is not as big as the shoe market. But we see this being our legacy. And so what I would like to do within the next couple of years is sell a portion of the company and stay on as advisors and partial equity owners. And then with that partial equity, we still have a say in the company, and we still get to do our dry eye show. We still get to do all the videos that we like to do now, but we're out of the day-to-day.
And we focus more on, our mission work. We would like to do more of that. And right now, we're in a lot of the day-to-day. We still, work every single day on this business. And, it would be nice to kind of step back a little bit and watch it run itself and be able to, do more of that mission work.
Well, and speaking of your mission and your legacy, tell me a little bit about the foundation you've created.
Yeah, so 2 years ago we started the I Love Cares Foundation. So a portion of all of our profits are donated to that foundation. And then with that we provide equipment and travel expenses and eyeglasses and sunglasses for these mission trips that we go on. Ultimately the goal would be to have a permanent clinic in, whether it's Jamaica or another country, that kind of sustains itself. So that would be, you know, the overall goal eventually.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree with her completely.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So continue the missions, maybe eventually build a sustainable clinic in another country and let it run itself.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you don't have to make a decision now about what you do the business. You can,
Yeah.
Lots of options open for you.
Exactly.
Exactly, yep.
Well, I just want to thank you guys for coming here today and let me ask you some questions. It's been great meeting you guys, watching you along your journey. You've helped a lot of people as well. I know that a lot of people have been, touched by your story, your suggestions, your tips and advice. This right here has been fantastic. So thank you both from the bottom of my heart. I'm sure everyone else out there has been touched by your foundation. Thanks you as well.
All right,
Thank
thanks.
you.